Okay, I wanted to do a short video on a couple thoughts I had on um, power, politics, capitalism, socialism, and democracy. So this shouldn't be more than 5 minutes long, but um, my thoughts were, as far as socialism goes, first of all, who really holds power in a democracy? I mean, when you think about it, the people are supposed to have the power, but most of us can't afford to spend every day in government, running the government, and so on. So, of course, we elect people to do that. That's what representative democracy, you know, uh, Republican government is about. So that's the way it works. But those people uh, that we elect, the people that want to govern us, uh, they typically seem to be one of two types of people. Either they're types of people that just want to help others, or they're people that want to gain power. Um, Possibly both, probably a combination of both. So the way I see it, in a democratic system, um, with a capitalistic democratic system, it's kind of self-regulating. So the capitalistic part of it, the capitalism regulates itself for the most part, and unless there's something wrong, a crony capitalism and so on, that has to be rooted out. But a capitalistic system generally regulates itself. If somebody creates something and people don't like it, they don't buy it and they go out of business, that kind of thing. So if something is created like an iPhone or whatever, crappy iPhones, I don't like them, but I'd rather have an Android. But anyway, say an Android phone or whatever, and people like it, they buy more of them and they create more, and so it's kind of self-regulating as long as the government stays out of it as much as possible. Um, Democratic system, of course, with you vote once in a while and you can kick somebody out you don't like, or I suppose you can impeach them or recall them or something if they're really bad. So kind of self-regulating. But when you start injecting, look at a system like socialism, becomes kind of a different animal, and the reason is because even so-called democratic socialism is say Venezuela is a good example. You elect some people and they give people all these promises, and these people, of course, as they become more powerful, you can't, as the state takes control of industry and so on, it has to produce. It usually has problems doing that. But the people that are elected in desperation, they want more and more power. But as the system gradually starts falling apart, um, they want to retain that power and keep trying to trying to make their system work even if it's not working. So gradually what happens, or what happened in Venezuela, I think this is a kind of a typical example. Um, they keep they start doing things like um, harassing or even arresting their opposition under some kind of pretext. It looks a lot like Antifa, like the Nazis did. Antifa and the Nazis seem to be, following a lot of the same tactics. So they go harass people. They do things like Maxine Waters. They tell people to go harass people at their house, try to get them thrown out of businesses, yell when they try to talk, so they can't talk, that kind of thing. And so gradually, democracy, the democratic part of government, kind of goes down the tubes, and you end up with these dictators um, that won't leave power, and then you're screwed basically. So I think that's the biggest thing that I see with socialism, which is Venezuela is true democratic socialism. If you look at the history of what happened in that country, if you look at countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, they're not really socialist countries, and the leaders of those countries will tell you that. They have some socialist programs, but they're not socialist countries. You want to look at a real socialist country and see what happens. Look at Venezuela. That's a real democratic, or started out as a democratic socialist country or system. It's not. It's obviously not democratic anymore. So that's just my thoughts. Just remember that the people are supposed to be in control, but we never are really fully in control because we elect people, and we have to depend on those people to do the things we want, and we need to get rid of them when they don't do the things we want. We need to be careful not to put systems in place that we can't get rid of later. And socialism appears to be one of those systems there's a huge risk that once it's in place, we won't get rid of it, even if we don't like it or we hate it, or they come to kill you or take your guns or take your kids or take your money. Um, of course, is what the socialists love to do, is take your money, and they tell you they're going to take it from the rich, but they eventually end up taking it from everybody. So that's all I have today for that. If you like it, let me know. If you have any comments or any um, disagree about anything, let me know that too. And I'm not right about everything, obviously, so be love to hear your opinion. Thanks. Bye.